Shalom, Call Halal, Yahawah, Shamawishi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathens that look like the heathens. And to the Yahawah that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And this is an article that was sent to me by the elder Yahawah, and then I have a couple videos that were sent to me by different brothers, subscribers on TikTok. Salaki, I can't remember the brothers that the information came from. But it's an article, and you can see Google, and I Googled it, and it says Honduras cuts ties with Taiwan, and 5 articles popped up. You know, actually, yeah. So you got CNN, The Guardian, Al Jazeera, Wall Street Journal, and AP News. So we just click on one, and it reads: Honduras establishes ties with China after Taiwan break. All right. Honduras Foreign Minister Eduardo Enrique Hene Garcia left the Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang and the Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang shake hands following the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries at the ceremony of Diaoyute State Guest House in Beijing, March 26, 2023. Honduras formed diplomatic ties with China on Sunday after breaking off relations with Taiwan, which is increasingly isolated and now recognized by only 13 sovereign states, including Vatican City. And this article was put up by Greg Baker, this photo. Beijing established diplomatic ties with China Sunday after breaking off relationships. I just read that. Foreign Minister from China and Honduras signed a joint communique in Beijing, a decision that the Chinese Foreign Ministry had held as the right choice. All right, so they held this as the right choice. Diplomatic victory for China comes as tensions rise between Beijing and the United States, including over China's increasingly assertiveness towards self-ruled Taiwan and signals growing Chinese influence in Latin America. The new China-Honduras relationships was announced after the Honduran Taiwanese governments made separate announcements that they were severing ties. So democracy in the West is completely failing. And if you were going to look at this as an outsider looking in, the Western powers are losing in every way imaginable. Most of their allies are starting to waver and basically step away from them. Let me grab and this is not looking good for Babylon, which is Babylon the Great, which is America. So let's go to the book of Obadiah, and I'm gonna play a couple TikTok videos because they want to get rid of TikTok, so we might as well use it while we have it. All right. And this is Obadiah 1:7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee to the border. The men which were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. And they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding. So all these people who sat at the table with the West and drank with them are turning on them, because it turns out that almost every country in South America is going with China, Russia, with the BRICS. So that means that China and Russia will be able to set up military bases, missiles, troops, whatever they want at the border, because guess what? Even Mexico has put in an application to become a part of BRICS. So you think you had a problem with the borders now? So, as the dollar is steamrolling toward complete failure and the digital currency is set to go, you're looking at chaos in America. And that's another thing. Not only will America have to fight this war on all these different fronts, which is going to leave the state of Israel completely alienated and alone, because America's not going to be able to help them. They're barely going to be able to help themselves. All right. And Israel is only as powerful as they are because of America. They're nothing without America. They don't have any might on their own. Not against all the nations that are around them that are against them, including their neighbors, Egypt. And everybody to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west of them is against them. It is not looking good for Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. At all. At least, especially those of them that's down with and a part of the Western power system. All right, so let's let me pull up and find these videos. Give me a second here. Okay, so goodbye U.S. currency. All these places that are with BRICS nations and counting. So that one. There was another one. If I can find it. And it basically tells you how third world countries are not broke. This is being robbed. Oh, that one might have got deleted. I got a couple of deleted videos, and that's probably one of them. Yep, I believe that's the one. I have to go through these. But anyway, what I will play is these two that I have, for sure, that are on the subject matter. Wait, money is illusion. Oh, did find it. Let's play this one first, and then we'll go to all these countries that are going against America, that were once with America. But first, money is an illusion. That's the name of this one.
Not poor. You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Most countries are rich. The Philippines are rich. Brazil is rich. Mexico is rich. Chile is rich. Only the people are poor.
And this is Michael Parenti, a political scientist who's speaking. All right.
But there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. There's been billions for 400 years. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the flax, the hemp, the cocoa, the rum, the tin, the copper, the iron, the rubber, the
and what didn't he say came along with this was slavery. Because, yeah, they took all these things from these nations to build up the West and the slavery of the Israelites. All right, when they went into Egypt again, into slavery again. All right. Not Dr. Michael Brown and his people. They didn't go into slavery again with ships. They actually implemented the slavery.
The slaves and the cheap labor they have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped. They're overexploited.
Exactly.
The third world is not poor.
Let it play again.
Don't go.
Let it play again. He said the third world is not poor. So I'm going to let it play through this time. It's only like 30, 40 seconds long.
You don't go to is not poor. You don't go to poor countries to make money. There are very few poor countries in this world. Most countries are rich. The Philippines are rich. Brazil is rich. Mexico is rich. Chile is rich. Only the people are poor. But there's billions to be made there, to be carved out and to be taken. There's been billions for 400 years. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the flax, the hemp, the cocoa, the rum, the tin, the copper, the iron, the rubber, the bauxite, the slaves, and the cheap labor. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped. They're overexploited.
There it is. All right. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Glad I was able to find that video again. The water Yahawah Shamawishi. Yeah, this one. Let me get the scripture first, though. Let's get the scripture first. This is Isaiah. Get the book of Isaiah, 14th chapter. Right around the 10th verse. 10. Isaiah 14:10, and it reads, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. So that pompous, arrogant attitude, all right, of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man, 1681 in Virginia. Do the research. It says, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. See, all these nations turn on you. You're watching your empire crumble. Because worms is associated with decay and death. And all these nations splitting from you is certainly your decay and your death. And it says, how thou cut down, it says, the worm is spread under thee, and worms cover thee. So it's you covered. You're done. Your base, is rotting. So everything above it is going to come down. All right, your roots are rotting. Verse 12, how have thou fallen from heaven, rulership, heaven there, O Lucifer, because you call yourselves the illuminated ones. That's what Lucifer means. The fact that this Greek word is put into the Old Testament. Well, but it says, O Lucifer, son of the morning, how have thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? All right. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, and I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the side of the north. You ruled the world from North America. All right. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You achieve the power of flight. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. All right. To the sides of the pit. And they that narrowly look upon thee shall consider thee, saying, is this the man? See, Lucifer, the illuminated men, were brought down to the ground. Worms decay them. So Satan can't be decayed by worms. This is talking about a people. You see, you have, these dumb Christians that'll say, oh, that's talking about the war in heaven. When Michael gets kicked out of, when Satan gets kicked out of heaven by Michael, that's not scriptural. Michael's going to fight these illuminated ones, all right, where they achieve the power of flight. That's where you're seeing all these so-called UAPs, all right, and UFOs. Those are the chariots. That's where Michael's coming in. And America's already telling you how they're shooting them down. They're going to fight them. Anything above the ground is the heavens. Birds fly in the heavens above, all right? Not the heaven where the Most High is. The war is going to take place in the heavens that man can see, and they're going to lose horribly. And they say, and they that say that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. You know how you squint at someone when you know they're wicked, when you give them that glare, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? That's your Lucifer being brought down right there. These men, these Edomite men. All right. Now let's go to this video.
this coalition of countries standing up against the Western hegemony. And that's really what it is. And, it's not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You have well over a dozen countries that have already applied, such as Algeria and Argentina and Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Nicaragua, Turkey, Indonesia, Senegal, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Kazakhstan, and the biggest one of all, Saudi Arabia, has formally applied to the BRICS nations. And so when you talk about this growing cohesion of countries, there are others that they're already set their eyes on. And in Brazil's backyard, you have Argentina. In Latin America, you have Nicaragua. In Central America, Algeria. You have Egypt. In near South Africa, you have Algeria, Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, as we just talked about, the United Arab Emirates, Nigeria, Senegal, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, India, Indonesia, Thailand. All of these countries and their neighbors that are growing together are forming a massive, very imposing, not only from a GDP, but you put all these countries together and their military might is very, very strong as well. And they're talking, those are the BRICS plus. Now they're talking about adding more countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Bolivia, Chile, Cuba, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka,
God
Vietnam,
damn.
on and on and on. And
so let's look. So what that means is right now they're dealing in this.
Correct.
In 1944, this became the reserve currency of the world right after World War II.
What is this?
Wow, so they're dealing in the yuan, which is backed by precious metals, gold. All right, I want you to hear that again. Okay? The amount of nations that are joining the BRICS are down with BRICS and turning away from Western hegemony. The so-called white man is done. All right? The so-called, just like you had Sharon Stone crying about all her millions that were going in that bank. All right? These well-to-do, soft, effeminate, very soft white males here in America who with these six-figure and 7- and 8-figure salaries are about to be nobodies. Their money is going to be worthless. And the whole world is turned against them. All right? Now you got one of them damn rednecks down in the South that know how to hunt, build a shelter, survive in the cold. He's gonna have way more value than the guy with the $5 million home and all the acres of land. He's gonna have way more. So these well-to-do, soft keyboard warriors about to become nobodies. And the true high-value man is gonna be the man of the Lord. Everything's about to change in the blink of an eye. Let's let you hear that again.
Countries standing up against the Western hegemony. And that's really what it is. And, it's not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You have well over a dozen countries that have already applied, such as Algeria and Argentina and Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Nicaragua, Turkey, Indonesia, Senegal, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Egypt, Kazakhstan, and the biggest one of all, Saudi Arabia, has formally applied to the BRICS nations. And so when you're talking about this growing cohesion of countries, there are others that they're already set their eyes on. And
the Israelis are fucked.
Argentina. In Latin America, you have Nicaragua. In Central America, Algeria. You have Egypt. In near South Africa, you have Algeria, Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, as we just talked about, the United Arab Emirates, Nigeria, Senegal, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, India, Indonesia, Thailand. All of these countries and their neighbors that are growing together are forming a massive, very imposing, not only from a GDP, but you put all these countries together and their military might is very, very strong as well. And they're talking, those are the BRICS plus. Now they're talking about adding more countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Bolivia, Chile, Cuba, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. The list goes on and on and on.
Wow.
So let's look. So what that means is right now they're dealing in this.
Correct.
Okay. That's a great description. Closes out, man. The point has been made. All right. Wow. The water Yahawashi. None of these issues in America, any of your financial issues, is not gonna matter very soon. All right, you're gonna be trying to worry about when you can eat again. If you just got locked up and you facing 40 years, no, you're not. Everything, all the systems about to fail, including the prison system. This is Revelation 17 and verse 16. because they got bigger problems than to worry about your college loan, your child support, your mortgage, or your jail sentence. They're going to have much bigger problems than that. This is Revelation 17:16, and it reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." NATO is about to break apart, and NATO itself is going to join against America. Everything is about to come against America and the Israelis. And we've been telling you this for a long time, man. The Amalekite stronghold, the Lord said he had war with Amalek from generation to generation, and you're about to find out that they are the Amalekites and not the people of the Lord. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Qadash, Wa Abba Bal, Kwam Yasharala, Abba Bal.